And good morning. Welcome to Kelowna Now. We have some new folks joining us behind the scenes, and so the training badge is on.
Talking about me?
yeah, our training badge has definitely not been taken away yet. Anyways, welcome to Kelowna Now Live on YouTube and X, and we'll top things off here this morning with some sad news. Third child under 10 has died now of complications linked to influenza in BC.
Yeah, very sad news. The latest update from the BC Centre for Disease Control says it received 3 reports of influenza-related deaths in children aged 10 and under during the final week of 2023. It says the mean influenza was a contributing factor, but not necessarily the primary cause of death for the children. Thursday report also said that the influenza cases are rising in BC along with RSV, while hospitalizations and deaths linked to COVID-19 have decreased since early November. The center says there are currently 219 people in hospital with COVID-19 throughout the province, with 26 in critical care. It says in the first weekly summer since December 21st, admissions to critical care remain stable since early November. COVID-19 was not found to be the underlying cause of death in 59% of the people who died within 30 days of a positive test in the last 6 months. More sad news.
Yeah, a trio has been charged after a toddler dies from fentanyl in Alberta, in Edmonton, in fact.
Yeah, 3 people charged after the toddler ingested street drugs and died in December. They say a friend of the boy's mother was taking care of him and took him for a walk near their home when she noticed he was in medical distress. The mother and her friend took the 23-month-old boy to a nearby clinic where staff members saw he was not responsive and immediately called 911. Transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Medical examiner's office determined the boy accidentally ingested fentanyl and other synthetic opioids. The toddler's mother and her common-law partner, who was not the boy's biological father, turned themselves in 2 weeks later, and each are facing the same charge.
And a man is dead and 2 others are injured in a home invasion in Calgary.
Police say 1 person dead, 2 others injured after a home invasion in Calgary. Officers were called Thursday morning to a house in the city's northwest for reports of a home invasion. Officers found a man dead and 2 people injured inside the home. They're investigating the homicide, and officers are in the process of speaking with multiple witnesses. They have not as yet made arrests or provided suspect descriptions.
And this is an interesting controversy. Conservation group has bought out hunting rights in BC's rainforest to protect wildlife.
Yeah, so they bought out all the hunting rights for the rainforest in a major step to protecting the area's wildlife, but hunters say the move is an abuse of the licensing system. The Raincoast Conservation Foundation, based in Sydney, said Thursday it raised $1.92 million over 2 years to buy the rights from hunters that covers roughly a quarter or 18,000 square kilometers of the Great Bear Rainforest on the province's north and central coast. Raincoast Guide Outfitter Coordinator Brian Falconer said the group has fulfilled all aspects of the purchase except the physical transfer of the hunting license, a process that is being completed. And they said they'll buy more hunting rights to achieve the ultimate goal of eliminating commercial trophy hunting completely in the Great Bear Rainforest. And that rainforest is 56,000 square kilometers. Literally hundreds of animals every year, including particularly the trophy species like grizzly bear, black bear, wolves, cougars. Those are the real trophy species. Those are not being killed now after this move by the Raincoast.
And a Mexican woman gets 6 years in prison for trying to smuggle drugs into BC.
Mexican traveler has been sentenced to 6 years in prison after border officers found 3 kilos of drugs in her suitcase at the Abbotsford International Airport last March. They say Martha Alvarado Lopez was arrested on March 29th, 2023, attempting to enter Canada from Puerto Vallarta. So it was 2 kilos of meth and 1 kilo of cocaine. My tongue is not working this morning, so there you go.
That's quite a...
And here's a story from our friend Gord Goebel in Penticton, from Penticton Now, but also running on Kelowna Now.
Yeah, so there's a modern new cidery opening up this summer in Keremeos.
Yeah, Last Chance. It's a segment of Highway 3 that passes through Keremeos, and a big reason for farming community 40 minutes south of Penticton, also known far and wide as the fruit stand capital of BC, or Canada for that matter. because there's a lot of them there. But this
Mhm.
modern, new two-story structure currently being built at 3045 Highway 3, just a few minutes west of downtown Strip on the perimeter of the peach orchard, is different. It won't be a fruit stand, and it won't be a fruit packing plant. Instead, it'll be a first of its own, a cidery complete with full complement of cider, juice-making equipment, and a tap room, generous drink menu, outdoor patio, lots of setting and lots of great pictures. Gord, as always, has tons of pictures. So if you go to KelownaNow.com or PentictonNow.com and you take a look at that and read the story and also look at all the pictures, that'd be great in that area there. You know, you go to Caramias often?
Yeah, not often, but I know exactly the spot, and this is great.
Caramias is a beautiful little town.
Yeah, beautiful. And good luck, everybody, on that adventure. Okanagan Ski Resort's 1 kilometer adventure skating loop is now open.
There you go. Like if you like skating, and like those skating loops are fun. There's some
neat.
major cities have them, and here we have one right here in the Okanagan. It's been a dry winter across most of the province, and many ski hills struggled with the opening due to insufficient snow. So this is just opening. So it's a 1 kilometer loop. It opened last year in 2022. And it offers a magical experience to the serene forest around that ski resort. The track is maintained by Apex's Zamboning, ensuring a smooth, sparkly skate through the snow-covered trees. It's like skating in a postcard. Adventure skating open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, so that's nice. You can get up there even after work. You can scoot up there and go for skate. You can bring your own skates. And I think if you bring your own skates, it's only $5 to use the skate loop. And if you want to rent skates, it's another $15. So, you know, lots of people have their own skates. So be sure to check Apex's website before you head up just to make sure everything's good.
All right.
Let's do the weather.
Kelowna weather brought to you by ATB Wealth. Realize your vision of wealth at atb.com/wealthkelowna. And we are expecting a fairly balmy day today. High of 4 degrees, chance of showers. And as things cool off tonight, down to 0, and maybe some flurries on the way. But look at this start.
The window is looking better every moment.
Hey, look at those high clouds. It's just bright for a cloudy day. It's nice and bright, some blue sky poking through. And it's going to be mild for the next few days. Let's take a look at some of the other pictures happening around here, though. The roads up top, that's going to be at the top of the Coquihalla connector. So compact slushy conditions there. And then to the next one. And that is at the top of the Coquihalla summit. And so as you can see, some compact snow and slushy conditions up top there. And then as we look east to Calgary, and that is the top of the Rogers Pass. Now, most of the route, as I would say, though, is more fairly characterized as wet heading to Calgary. Higher road conditions, some slushier conditions, and that's the worst of it. And, of course, our friends at Big White have had some recent snow over the last few days, and things are shaping up there as well. Now over
They're expecting more snow.
Yeah, lots and more snow.
And Marcy's heading up to the hill today at noon. She's going to duck out.
Yes. Sounds like she's excited to hit that tubing park. Okay, so as we were talking, we see some fresh snow up at Big White here tonight with the flurries arriving, possibly some more flurries tomorrow. It'll be cloudy for Sunday, and then flurries and snow developing on Monday and Tuesday. But as you can see, the temperatures, relatively mild.
Looks like it's still trending to cool off on Monday.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit cooler for sure. Those minus temperatures will start to feel chilly for sure. Right now, we're at 2 degrees with some high cloud. And our road report brought to you by CSN Collision. Don't forget, there will be another 90-minute closure happening on Highway 97 north of Summerland today.
That's right. Go get yourself some lunch in Peachland and or Summerland as you wait for that road to reopen. And then there is a warning for 20 centimeters of snow expected along Highway 3.
Yeah, those higher conditions, I mean, that's they're definitely a different ballgame down
a lot of snow. That's more snow than we've seen in a while. So that's in the Paulson Summit and Kootenay Pass. We don't typically cover those roads, but there you go. If you're heading out to Trail or Castlegar, expect some snow.
All right.
In the finance world, we had some news this morning that Canada added 100 jobs. While the unemployment rate held steady, the expectation, according to some of the analysts, they were expecting to add 15,000 positions and only added 100. So you add 1 million people and you add 100 jobs. I don't know how the math works in that, but there you go. Canada has one of the world's fastest growing population growth because of the high levels of immigration, but employment growth has been slower. So 100 positions added in December. That's a big miss. You know, they're expecting 15,000. They ended up with 100. In the U.S., they surprised to the upside a little bit.
Not enough homes, not enough jobs, and now we're starting to actually see. I'm seeing national headlines, mass. What is it when they leave? You know, not immigration. It's Migration. A lot of migration out of the country. So a lot of, I think, people who are coming into the country are finding it's unsustainable, or it's not as hopeful as maybe.
In other finance news, though, Peloton lands a huge partner. So this is interesting. So TikTok getting into the game. They made a huge deal with TikTok, aiming to reshape its image and reach a wider customer base as it faces declining sales and profits. The partnership will introduce a new fitness section on the social media site called TikTok Fitness, powered by Peloton. That's an interesting thing for people that sit there and scroll TikTok endlessly. Maybe they can work out as they're scrolling, so maybe they'll get some benefit of the endless scrolling. So they're going to have brief fitness videos, extended live classes. And Peloton was super, like it was a super stock during COVID. Like the thing just took off. And
then it almost died, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It fell off pretty good. And, you know, like Lululemon launched that mirror thing too, right? That I think since they've gotten out of, that's just out of memory. So there you go. TikTok joining the fitness fray. Like, I mean, we're seeing some of those big apps do things. Amazon is going to start selling cars. We talked about that earlier. Amazon's going to start, I think Hyundai was the first offering to sign up with Amazon. They're going to start selling used cars too. Another big finance news, shipping, the big shipper, Maersk, leading shipping company, announced its decision to continue rerouting ships away from the Red Sea for an indefinite period due to the ongoing safety concerns amidst the repeated attacks by militants in that area. So that's going to add time because it's, you know, going through the Suez Canal cuts off going all around the South Africa is a lot longer. So we're going to we talked about it yesterday, how shipping costs are likely to increase. We showed you that chart yesterday of a dramatic increase in shipping costs for goods that are coming out of that area. So you're going to see that, especially for companies like IKEA, you know, and stuff like that shipped a lot of their stuff. So, yeah. So in 5 things you need to know this morning, we're going to cover off some of this, just going through it. There's a guy. I don't know much about this guy.
Yeah, it was sort of back then, 11 years ago, it was a bit of a shock that this could have happened because they were sort of I think like a bit of a sporting dream couple. And, you know, he doesn't look like
Here's
a murderer.
one. What do you do with this dog?
Yeah, right. Follow that dog around.
$4,000 of cash. Yeah, hopefully some of the serial numbers come out the other end. I doubt it though. Maybe it was Canadian money because it's more plastic than it is.
Yeah,
do you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah, it probably would survive, wouldn't it?
And then this is always like the one I would worry about. Like if you're in some other countries, is like spiders, but like this is like a snake. When you sit down, if you're not looking, you get up in the middle of the night and you go to the washroom, and there's
if that happens once, it can happen again.
Yikes. So they say that Uranus and Neptune are actually both the same color. In needless knowledge for the average person.
It's a pretty pale blue, though, isn't it? Yeah.
And supposedly that's the successor to Kim Jong-il. There you go. 5 things you need to know this morning.
Kim Jue.
There you go. And EV AI, here's some cool stuff that's happening in the Yorkdale Mall out there in Canada Land. We're going to pull this up.
A little video.
The Cybertruck rolls into the Yorkdale Mall. And everywhere this thing goes, no matter which one it is, it draws crowds. And it's just crazy. So obviously, it looks like they're going to show it off at the Yorkdale Mall. And it's in our EV AI segment. Interesting, right? Yorkdale Mall, that's Toronto, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there you go. I got to go. I got to catch a flight. I want to see it. There's actually one in Langley at the.
I'm sure you're going to see one in
Tesla
CES
Center.
next week in Las Vegas.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So I'm going to CES tomorrow, next Monday, and we'll be live streaming from there, showing you all the cool stuff that's happening. There's a lot of AI, EV, technology stuff in general. I've been
So you'll be
getting all
following
these invites
reports?
to all these things to go to, right? So everything from like lots of scooters coming out, electric motorcycles, glasses that help blind people see. Like the glasses will actually tell you what's in front of you, like give descriptions, like it'll tell you what's on the table in front of you, what, you know, like it's kind of like interesting.
Smart
So,
glasses.
like, yeah, just helping
Assistive.
people that are eyesight impaired and stuff like that. So lots of different tech stuff there, lots of health tech stuff. So it should be good.
Yeah, well, the future is now.
The future is now.
The future is now.
On Kelowna now.
Yeah. We'll be looking forward to that. And I guess that's our show for today. We may have a live stream later on. And if not, 4 o'clock, we'll be back with
Back at 4 with a fun-filled, action-packed news cast.
Till then, subscribe and like to the channels. And by all means, hit up KelownaNow.com for the latest. And you can always join our newsletter there as well.
Until then, stay safe.